In this short video, I'm going to describe which web hosting companies I think are the best and which one you should choose for starting your own website. In this comparison, I've narrowed it down to Bluehost.com versus HostGator.com. I've tried and used a number of different solutions, one-in-one, and some of the other solutions out there. And for a number of reasons, which I'll go into in more in detail, Bluehost and HostGator are the ones that should be the preferred companies, but I'll even make a selection out of the two. Some of the other problems with the other companies is just lack of overall support, slow response time, and in particular, I had a huge problem with one-in-one and not supporting the latest versions of PHP, which caused problems as WordPress changed and there was new versions of WordPress available. So, as I said, I'll start with Bluehost and HostGator, as those are the two best companies I experienced, and I'll give some of the pros and cons about the two services and then make a selection on which one I think is best. But honestly, the experience I've had with both of the companies has been very good, so I don't think you can go wrong either way. First, we're going to take a look at pricing. And from a pricing perspective, HostGator I think is a little bit better just because it has a monthly pricing option. So the monthly pricing option is a little bit more expensive, and there's discounts, as you can see. There's discounts when you sign up for 1 year or 2 year plans, but overall the monthly plan that HostGator offers is a little bit better than the pricing you're going to get from Bluehost. But overall, the difference is only maybe $1 or $2 a month, and ideally you're starting some type of website that's probably for generating money. That this should not be a big concern, but it's one of the things that everybody has to consider as you're trying to run lean to start up and keep expenses low. As I said, the pricing for HostGator is a little bit more, where if you just do a 12-month, you're looking at $9.99, where HostGator is about $7 a month. I would say that with Bluehost, I have found it to be a little bit easier to use, so maybe that extra $1 or $2 a month is worth it. And generally, I just don't think that's a big deal. Shouldn't be a decision point as far as which one you choose, but just want to help you understand, hey, this is what you're looking at. So probably right in the area $120 per year for Bluehost, and probably right around $84, $90 per year with HostGator. Other thing we kind of looked at is one-click installations for both Bluehost and HostGator. And what this is, this just allows you, if you're not very technical, not very good at setting up databases, it shows you how to easily set up WordPress or Joomla or some of the other popular open source programs that are out there. I put the examples of WordPress here because that's what most people will be installing and using, but the other ones are also easy to install. Honestly, I prefer to not use the one-click installation, as it seems to be a little bit more restrictive and boilerplate, where if you just take the time to set up your own installation without using the one-click, that you're probably going to be a little bit more satisfied when you start to add in plugins and some of the other options available for WordPress blogs. But even with the one-click installation, you should be able to get up and going pretty quickly, and you shouldn't have any major problems using WordPress. I think one of the things that I kind of look for is how easy they make their control panels to use, and this is why this is one of the things that I've chosen Bluehost and HostGator, because their control panel is much more intuitive and easy to use than the other solutions out there, and they're constantly making updates. So probably over the last 6 months, a year, I've seen some pretty major updates to their dashboards that make it much more user-friendly and much more easy to use, which is important. You don't have a whole lot of time to spend trying to figure out the control panel, trying to adjust settings, and trying to figure out where they've moved different things or changed it, where HostGator and Bluehost both make that very easy. And like I said, some of the other solutions are kind of have antiquated dashboards and, really haven't kept up with the changes and making things easy for people to use. So, just another criteria that we use to determine that Bluehost and HostGator is kind of the cream of the crop of all of the hosting companies out there, and should be your first considerations as you start to look into web hosting. Other thing, and this is probably the most important for me, is support. So as you can see, both Bluehost and HostGator have 4 different options of ways to contact them. One, you can send a support ticket. You can start a live chat. Um, I said for one, which I typically do is you can also, when you're logged into your accounts, you can send an email. So you can, call, do a live chat, you can submit a support ticket, and you can send an email, which I guess email and a support ticket are relatively similar. But the other thing you'll see, and it's not in the screenshot that I have here, but on the Bluehost blue bar, you'll see they also have a knowledge base, which both of these have a knowledge base, which is basically like a wiki type forum where you can go in there and look up some of the frequently asked questions, and a lot of times can find solutions to the problems that you're having, which saves you a lot of time. You don't have to go through the support process of contacting somebody at the hosting company. So the knowledge base is very important, and theirs is developed very well, and it's very thorough, so it covers a lot of things, and that's good for them because they really want to deal with the real problems versus small easy problems that happen time and time again, that they could easily just write it up and you can follow along the step-by-step directions and solve the problem that you have. So actually that's my last slide, but when it comes down to it, like I said, both solutions are very good solutions. Honestly, the best one that I found and works best for me is Bluehost. It's not a huge differentiating factor from HostGator, but I think that even though it's a couple of bucks more, it's just been a lot more reliable. I've liked the response time from their support when I've had to reach out and contact them, and overall, I just like the uptime and the lack of failures that my websites have. I probably have over a dozen websites on each of the hosts, and I've had very good experience with Bluehost as far as their uptime. So that's my recommendation. And in the comments below, I added a link for a discount if you sign up with either Bluehost or HostGator, which should give you a small reduction in price, which makes it much more affordable. Thank you.